Cool. Well, hello, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the Sedgwick County Board of County Commission meeting. We're happy that you're joining us today, those that are joining us on Facebook, those joining us on YouTube, and all of you wonderful people joining us here in person today. We're grateful that you're here. Excited to have you here in the chambers with us. If you look at the order of business, when you walked in today, we always like to remind you, you could have picked up a meeting agenda packet. We encourage you to follow the order of business there. And everything that we'll be discussing, you can access all the supporting documents online at sedgwickcounty.org. We absolutely encourage you to go there. I think today's file, just for this meeting, I think is over 800 pages. It makes for really fun and exciting reading. So we encourage you to stay in the know of the things that we're working on and all the relevant details that educate us as we make decisions on each of these line items. We've got a good meeting planned today. Why don't I officially call it to order for Wednesday, March the 12th, 2025. Madam Clerk, first item, please.
Invocation to be led by Pastor Doug Kudelik. Please remain standing for the flag salute.
Our God, we do thank you that we have the privilege of bringing our petitions before you this day, and we can make requests of you and know that you are a wise and powerful God who can accomplish your will in our midst. God, as you command us to pray for those who have the rule over us, we do pray for our commissioners today. We pray that you would give them wisdom as they deal with the people's business. Give them wisdom from on high. And God, in this troubled world in which we live, we would be remiss if we did not ask for an end to the war in Eastern Europe and the slaughter of the innocents there. We do pray that your overruling providence might bring peace in our time to that troubled place. We pray all these things in the name of our Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Jim, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just wanted to share that Doug is a friend of mine. I've known you for a very, very long time. He's an amazing preacher, but more importantly, he has a mission that he goes overseas to places like Romania. He knows lots of languages, and the guy knows Hebrew and Greek, and he can preach in all kinds of different languages to all kinds of people around the world. And I want to say I appreciate your ministry to us today, as well as what you do for this community. Thank you, sir.
Pastor, thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Okay, Madam Clerk, next item, please.
Roll call. Commissioner BLUBAUGH.
Present.
Commissioner Wise.
Present.
Commissioner Howell.
Present.
Commissioner Meitzner.
Present.
Chairman Beatty.
Present. Next item.
County announcements.
Good morning, Nicole.
Good morning, Chairman and Commissioners. Nicole Gibbs of Strategic Communications. We're going to start off with county good news today. Recently, the Wichita Business Journal recognized Chief Human Resources Officer Sheena Schmutz as the 2025 HR Professional. The award honored Sheena and other standout industrial leaders who advanced the profession by navigating complex issues in the workplace. Congratulations, ma'am, on your much-deserved acknowledgement.
Yes, congratulations.
All right, March is Social Work Month. Did you know that the social work field is growing faster than many others? By 2030, over 782,000 social workers will be part of the nation's workforce. Like the true heroes they are, the social workers at Sedgwick County ComCare want to remind you to prioritize self-care, and taking care of yourself is not selfish. It's essential for living a balanced, healthy life. With property valuations being delivered this month, many have questions about property appraisals and taxes. One thing we want to point out is that if you disagree with your property appraisal, you have the right to appeal. You can start by filling out and returning the form on the back of your valuation notice. You'll receive a confirmation letter 10 days before your appeal. Appeals can be done over the phone or in person. Just contact the appraiser's office to request an in-person hearing. You'll submit your documentation through the online portal, through an email or fax at least 3 business days before your hearing, and finally attend your appeal hearing. For questions about the process or appraisal in general, visit sedgwickcounty.org/appraiser or call 316-660-9000. Make plans now to attend the first and second rounds of the 2025 NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Championship at Interest Bank Arena from March 20th to 22nd. Go visit wichita.com to see the Fan Central webpage with all the March Madness information you need. And finally, we are saddened to share the passing of former County Commissioner Bill Hancock. He served the citizens of District 2 for 3 consecutive terms from 1989 to 2001. A memorial service for former Commissioner Hancock will be held on Monday, March 24th at the First Presbyterian Church at 10:30 a.m. We thank you, sir, for your passion and dedication to Sedgwick County. And that's all I have for today.
Okay, thank you, Nicole. Commissioners, any questions or comments? Commissioner MEITZNER.
On your good news, I just want to re-recognize Sheena Schmutz, our HR director. Sheena, thank you for you and your staff. The last handful of years, you've done a remarkable job leading the whole county employee world as we reclassified many, probably 1,000-ish people, and we worked on compensation in many departments and adjustments, and so it's really challenging. And so I know that there's a lot of recognition for HR people around the community, but you did a great job with your staff the last couple of years to help guide us or give us some reasons to help support these efforts. So my sincere thank you and congratulations, well deserved.
Yeah, very good. Sheena, congratulations. I was at the reception that you were honored, and your video talked a lot about, you gave a lot of credit to your staff and all the people that work in your department, and some of them are here today, and some of them have been public in their appreciation for your leadership in the department. So I second what Commissioner MEITZNER says. Thank you. Congratulations. Absolutely well deserved, and it's a wonderful honor. So congratulations. Okay. Other comments or questions for Nicole? Okay. Nicole, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Madam Clerk, next item, please.
Public agenda.
Okay. I don't believe that we have anyone sign up for public agenda today. Moving on. Next item, please.
Proclamations. Item A, proclamation declaring Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month.
Okay, wonderful proclamation today. We have a lot of wonderful guests joining us here in the chambers, and we're excited to have you. So let me read a proclamation of Sedgwick County, Kansas. Whereas intellectual and/or developmental disabilities are lifelong conditions which affect statistically more than 9,000 Sedgwick County children, adults, and their families, many of whom wait on long lists for needed services and supports. And whereas public awareness and education enhance a community's acceptance and understanding of issues that are affecting people living with developmental disabilities. And whereas recognition of the contributions of individuals living with developmental disabilities is an effective way to overcome negative stereotypes and eliminate physical and attitudinal barriers to full participation in all aspects of community life, including education, recreation, and employment. And whereas the See Me for Me campaign and WSU Photo Voice Project aims to highlight the joys, gifts, and talents that this population brings to our communities, our employers, schools, and houses of worship. And whereas the month of March has been designated National Developmental Disability Awareness Month, and thousands of social service agencies serving millions across our nation will be undertaking public awareness initiatives during this month. Now, therefore, be resolved that I, Chairman Ryan Beatty, and the Board of Sedgwick County Commissioners do hereby proclaim the month of March 2025 as Developmental Disability Awareness Month in Sedgwick County, and we call upon our citizens, government agencies, public and private institutions, businesses, and schools to recommit our community to increasing awareness and understanding of developmental disabilities and the need for appropriate and accessible services for all people with developmental disabilities to live full, productive lives within our communities. Commissioners, you've heard this proclamation. I move to approve it as read.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner BLUBAUGH.
Aye.
Commissioner Wise.
Aye.
Commissioner Howell.
Aye.
Commissioner MEITZNER.
Aye.
Chairman Beatty.
Aye. And here to accept this proclamation is our friend Kevin Fish, the Executive Director of Ability Point. Kevin, welcome. We're so glad you're here today.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate Sedgwick County's ongoing support of our developmental disability community. Ability Point, like a lot of our providers here in the community, serving both youth and adults. And again, it's a lifelong condition. And having the support of our community has really shaped so many lives here in our community. Not only is this Awareness Month, this also marks the 30th anniversary of the DD Reform Act. And from that, officially from 1995, it created our local CDDO. And Sedgwick County CDDO is one of the leaders in the state when it comes to supporting providers and families families. And so we appreciate your being a part of that. One of the projects we did this year, again with WSU, was our Photo Voice project. Yeah. And I've got one of our parents who's going to share a little bit and help thank us. Thank you for DD Reform here.
Yes, welcome.
Thank you and good morning. Chris here with me is my son. He's 33 years old and has Down syndrome. He got to participate in that WSU Photo Voice project last fall, and you can see the result of it up there in the atrium, the display. The participants were given a camera with the simple direction to take pictures of things that bring them joy. When they finished, they did a private interview and shared about their pictures and why they took each one. Chris took pictures of family, friends, his DVD collection, his iPad, and several pictures of food. That probably brings joy to most of us, the food part anyway. The surprising thing is Chris and many of the other self-advocates who participated took pictures of things related to their job. How many people can say that working truly brings them joy? When Chris graduated from Mays High School, he was still on a waiting list for services for 6 more years, and he lost much of his joyous spirit. Through his work at Goodwill, he has absolutely regained that. He is so proud of doing his job and earning his paycheck. He not only looks forward to going to work, but actually missed it during the recent winter weather-related closures. And when we leave here, we'll be stopping at McDonald's on the way back to work. So this is really a good day for Chris. Awareness Month also helps us bring focus to the challenges families face and the need for advocacy. There are proposed changes from the state that could limit or change Chris's work program, and so we've been actively advocating to protect the IDD service system. We so appreciate Sedgwick County helping bring awareness of the strengths and talents for those we love who are living with developmental disabilities. So thank you.
Beautiful, and beautiful artwork. Chris is a Mays High grad. We have some mutual friends, Chris, Jim and Carmen Johnson. Chris is a super fan of Mays sports when he was in high school there, and he's pretty famous in Mays. So we all know Chris and all his advocacy and all the hard work he does. He's a great guy in our community, and we love him dearly. So very good. I have some questions. Kevin, can you tell us a little bit, obviously the relationship with CDDO, but what are all the things that you guys do at Ability Point? I want the public to know and understand. Before you do that, who are you? Who is this guy here?
This is Will and his mom, and so they've been a part of our group, and Casey's very active with our advocacy group, and again, sharing about a lot of the challenges and stuff faced by families, and trying to make sure that we've got all the supports needed as he grows up and goes through the system. So Ability Point, yes, serving both youth and adults. We have our Summer Yes program. Several of you have been out and toured that over the years. It's our collaboration with the school district, helping to fill the summers for our working families, giving them the support they need, and giving our kids an amazing summer. Our mentoring programs in the school, and Chris is a graduate of both Yes and the Circle of Friends. Out at Mays, we call it the Friendship Club. And all of those, again, having a chance to just bond with their classmates in their school and really be a part of their school community. As they grow up through our programs, we, again, support them throughout their lifetime. We've got several of our self-advocates out here in the audience that not only participate in those fun and social programs, but they're also advocates. They participated in the program with Wichita State. They've been up to the Capitol with us a few times. Kirsten was one of our Miss Unstoppables a few years ago. That's a pageant we do in the fall. And again, it gives our ladies an opportunity to showcase their talents and then to bring a voice, and so go out into the community and share about their times and struggles. We're also the largest targeted case management provider in the state. We serve about 700 people in targeted case management and help them connect them to resources in the community. Sedgwick County is blessed to have amazing providers. We partner with all of those to provide as many opportunities as we can. And so, again, we couldn't do that without the support of our CDDO, the support of you all, and in the community. We have an amazing community here. People move to Sedgwick County for that purpose because we have so many amazing resources. So thank you so much.
Yeah, wow. it's absolutely beautiful, the work that you guys do there. We're very familiar with it, very familiar with your organization, and very familiar with some of the people you have in the room today, Chris, and then obviously Will, and I remember Kirsten, Miss Unstoppable. I absolutely remember that pageant and that ceremony. It was beautiful. So you do great work here, and this march to continue to this wait list of a decade-long wait list here, I know the legislature is working actively to try to reduce that wait list, and we're trying to build up the infrastructure here to handle all the people that are coming off the wait list, and your advocacy and your leadership in this space is noted, and it's deeply, deeply appreciated. So, Commissioners, any questions or comments? Okay. Oh, Commissioner Hound.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to just say I have toured over there and seen what you do, and I am so impressed with what you do. The folks that you're providing services to, they are amazing, and your ministry to them is amazing. So I just want to say thank you. I really appreciate you being a part of this community and what you provide.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay. We'd like to get some pictures with you guys and celebrate this proclamation. So, if you don't mind, why don't we take just about a 5-minute break, and why don't we go out in the hallway out here on those stairs, and we'll get some good pictures with anybody you want in this picture. Let's go get it, and we'll celebrate and appreciate all the work you guys do. Okay, give us a 5-minute break. We'll go celebrate these folks from Ability Point. Okay, wonderful, wonderful proclamation, wonderful people. That was really fun to have those guys, everybody from Ability Point. They've really blessed our community in so many ways, so it was good to have them here to celebrate this proclamation. Okay, moving on. Madam Clerk, next item, please.
Appointments. Item B, resolution reappointing Becky Springer to the Sedgwick County Community Corrections Advisory Board in an at-large position.
Okay, I'll just say before I turn this over to Justin Wagner, we have several of these today. Our county clerk, Kelly Arnold, is here to swear him in. If you're here for one of these things, after we take this vote, just make your way over here to the podium and we can swear you in here publicly. So, Mr. Wagner.
Certainly. Thank you, Chairman Justin Wagner, County Councilor. This item is a resolution reappointing Becky Springer to the Sedgwick County Community Corrections Advisory Board. It's an at-large position. It's recommended for appointment by Sedgwick County Corrections Director Steve Stonehouse. The recommended action is to adopt the resolution.
Okay, wonderful. We did get that recommendation from Steve Stonehouse. Comes highly recommended. Is Becky here today? Okay. Okay. So we deeply appreciate Becky's willingness to serve in this board. Very important board. And I'll move to approve the reappointment of Becky Springer to the Sedgwick County Community Corrections Advisory Board in the at-large position.
Second.
A motion and a second. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner BLUBAUGH.
Aye.
Commissioner Wise.
Aye.
Commissioner Howell.
Aye.
Commissioner Meitzner.
Aye.
Chairman Beatty.
Aye. And Becky, if you're watching, just get a hold, County Clerk's office get a hold of you to come in and do the swearing and sign the documents. Okay, Madam Clerk, next item.
Item C, resolution reappointing LEXI Michael to the Wichita/Sedgwick County Food and Farm Council to serve in the Food and Farm Training and Education Programs category.
Okay, is Lexi here? Okay, Lexi is not here. Again, thank you for serving. This is a joint, well, let me first give this to Justin Wagner, and then I'm going to thank Lexi publicly. Go ahead,
Chairman. And if it's okay with you, Chairman, I was going to take items C through G
I think
together.
that's a good idea.
They're all involving the same advisory board. And just to clarify, the Food and Farm Council is a jointly created advisory board between the City of Wichita and Sedgwick County. It was created in 2022. Madam Clerk read item C. Item D is a resolution appointing Jeremy Ortiz in the Workforce and Business Developers category as recommended for appointment by Commissioner BLUBAUGH. Item E is a resolution reappointing Susan Erlenwine to the serve in the Natural Resources / Conservation Organizations category as recommended for reappointment by Commissioner Wise. Item F is a resolution reappointing Kinsey Kirkland in the Workforce and Business Development category as recommended by Chairman Beatty. Item G is a resolution reappointing Doug Kudelik in the Food Producers category as recommended for reappointment by Commissioner Howell. The recommended action is to adopt all those resolutions.
Okay, it looks like a number of us have some appointments and reappointments. Any questions or comments on these specific appointments? Okay, publicly, again, let me thank everyone for willing to serve. We have over 30 boards here at Sedgwick County government. Your willingness to serve is invaluable. To be at the table to help shape these outcomes and to help give direction to the commission is very, very helpful. So thank you publicly. If you're here, want to make your way right over here to Kelly Arnold. And while they're doing that, I will make a motion to approve items C through G. The appointments and reappointments contained in those motions, or in those items.
Second.
Okay, a motion and a second. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner BLUBAUGH.
Aye.
Commissioner Wise.
Aye.
Commissioner Howell.
Aye.
Commissioner Meitzner.
Aye.
Chairman Beatty.
Aye. Okay. Mr. Kelly Arnold.
All right, thank you, Chairman. I'll go ahead and have them stand here as a group, and then they can speak if you like.
Yep. Kinsey just walked in.
Good. Just in time.
Kinsey, you may not know this, but you just got reappointed to the Food and Farm Council, so you're getting sworn in.
Perfect. All right, if you could all raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Kansas, and faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Wichita-Sedgwick County Food and Farm Council, so help me God. Congratulations.
Awesome.
First one, Blake.
Yeah, anybody like to share any thoughts? Please, yeah.
Good morning. I'm Jeremiah Ortiz, Program Director at Dear Neighbor Ministries, and it's an honor and a privilege to be before you today. I can relate to Chris. I love food too. It makes me happy. One of our many programs is a community food pantry. We're over on the south side of Wichita by St. Joe. We have seen exponential growth within 24. The reason I'm before you today is because we pivoted in July to invest in local produce. Today I have partnerships with 3 local farmers, and for the last 6 months of 24, we served over 70 different varieties of farm fresh, nutrient-dense produce to over 1,500 households. And I assure you it has been a paradigm shift. So looking forward to being able to step into the existing champions of the community. And again, it's an honor and a privilege to be here today.
Yeah, thank you, Jeremiah. Thank you. Any other thoughts? Someone we know quite well, Susan.
Yeah, the Food and Farm Council's been very good. It's a diverse group with farmers and people who reuse the food. We have ICT Rescue on the group that will take waste food from restaurants, mix it into meals, and serve it to others who need it. So it's a very well learning experience for all of us, and we're trying to make a difference in our community for food security. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. Appreciate it. Hey, Kinsey.
Hi, Kinsey Kirkland. Yeah, I'm really excited to continue on with the board. Like Susan said, we're learning a lot, and I think going forward, we're excited to hopefully make some changes too. So, yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah,
Thank
very
you.
good. Thank you.
I've been chairman of the Food and Farm Council primarily by default. No one else wanted to do it, so I was willing. But the first 2 years has been primarily a learning experience. You know, no matter how involved you have been with gardening or food distribution or whatever, there's a whole lot that you don't know, and I've learned a great deal. And so the first 2 years have been mostly that. We're about the place where we're to make some recommendations. Much of what we deal with focuses primarily on Wichita city government because they have more regulations than in the county and other things, chickens and such. We're interested in finding out what is being done, what is being done well, and doesn't need to be bothered, what needs to be improved on, and then other things. There's some things that we simply can't do to improve the situation, and those are personal matters, like people who don't know how to cook. What can we do about that? But it's a privilege and an honor to serve on the committee and our council, and I look forward to my next 2 years. So
yeah,
thank you.
Well, again, thank you everyone for serving. Kinsey is my reappointment. We went to coffee this week, so I can get an update on the work they're doing. It is fascinating. And you're right, Doug, there's a lot that you don't know about the food distribution system and food insecurity. So we appreciate the work you guys are doing in this space, and excited to learn more and to advocate for the things that you guys are working on in that council. So, Commissioner Howe.
Mr. Chairman, I would actually like to maybe ask the Food and Farm Council to maybe prepare a short presentation to the County Commission at some point and present to us, if you will, state of the county or state of the community on our food issues. I would love to hear more about that, and I ask you guys to lead on that topic.
I talked to Commissioner Howe recently and told him that I was preparing a preliminary report, simply my own point of view. I don't speak as official voice of the council, but I have prepared that, and when I have it completed, probably in the next couple of weeks, I plan to come back and speak in the public comment section of the meeting. So.
Thank you. Well, that would be at least a good next step. I would love to see that report. So
and see where we are, and maybe you'll see some things that we are not addressing that we should, because everyone's perspective, you know things that we don't know, we know things that you may not be aware of. So yes, I plan to do that. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Doug. Okay, Kelly Arnold, thanks for being here to swear him in. Appreciate it again. Thank you for serving in this capacity. Okay, Madam Clerk, next item.
Item H, resolution nominating Brian ROHLOFF to appointment to the Wichita Airport Advisory Board.
Okay, Justin Wagner.
Yes, thank you. Again, Chairman, if it's okay, I was going to propose to take up items H and I together. They both involve the Airport Advisory Board. Item H, as Madam Clerk read, is a nomination of Brian ROHLOFF from Commissioner BLUBAUGH. And it's worth noting the Wichita Airport Advisory Board is actually, the appointments are actually made by the City of Wichita City Council, so that these are just nominations on behalf of the board. Item I is a resolution that proposed nominating for reappointment Scott Stiles, and that's from recommendation of Commissioner Howe. The recommended action on both of these items is to adopt the resolution.
Okay, this is Districts 2 and District 5. Commissioner BLUBAUGH.
Thank you, Chairman. And yeah, I'd like to go ahead and make take the recommended action to adopt the resolution for items H and I.
Okay. Commissioner Howell, any thoughts for it?
Just want to say thank you to Scott. I know he's a pretty busy guy, and he's been a really excellent member on this board. So proud to have him come back and do this another round. Thank you so much.
Okay. We have a motion combining items H and I. I'll second the motion. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner BLUBAUGH.
Aye.
Commissioner Wise.
Aye.
Commissioner Howell.
Aye.
Commissioner Meitzner. Chairman Beatty.
Aye. Okay. Kelly Reynolds here to swear. No swearing. No, I'm getting the. I don't know what that was, but I'm getting the no, the adamant no. Okay. Again, thank you for those that are willing to serve in this space. Madam Clerk, next item.
Item J, resolution reappointing Martha Sanchez to the Sedgwick County Mental Health Advisory Board.
Okay, Mr. Wagner.
Yes, thank you, Chairman. This resolution would reappoint Martha Sanchez to the Mental Health Advisory Board as Chairman Baty's recommended appointment. The recommended action is to adopt the resolution.
Yes, I talked to Martha on the phone. She's been on this board for a bit. I also got some feedback from Joan Tammany and those with ComCare about her role on this board, and she seems to be a pretty essential member, very active. And we talked, and she loves her role there, wants to continue to serve. So I'm happy to reappoint her. I'll move to reappoint Martha Sanchez to the Sedgwick County Mental Health Advisory Board.
Second.
A motion and a second. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner BLUBAUGH.
Aye.
Commissioner Wise.
Aye.
Commissioner Howell.
Aye.
Commissioner Meitzner. Chairman Beatty.
Aye. Okay, next item, please.
New business, item K, a resolution determining the advisability of and authorizing the creation of a benefit district in Sedgwick County, Kansas, making certain findings relating thereto, and authorizing and providing for the making of certain road improvements therein, Barnhart Estates.
Okay, we are into new business, and here he is, the county engineer himself, Lynn Packer.
Good morning, Commissioners. Before you today is a resolution for the creation, get my notes here, of a special assessment petition creating a benefit district for Barnhart Estates. Barnhart Estates is located in northeast Sedgwick County in the southwest corner of 93rd Street North and 47th Street East, which is the same road as Oliver. What we are asking is approval of a resolution determining the advisability of creating the benefit district and authorizing the construction of road improvements within the subdivision. Barnhart Estates is a subdivision with 42 lots. The petition was signed by 94% of the landowners. This particular subdivision, it usually is a 100% petition when a developer is putting forward the petition. However, in this particular case, this is the second developer. The original developer has since sold but kept one of the lots. So all but 2 lots signed the petition. My understanding, it has nothing to do with anyone not wanting the improvements. Simply, those 2 lots were not available at the time that the petition was circulated, and they easily had the number of the signatures needed for an approval of the petition, so they submitted it with the missing 2 signatures. That's the only thing that's a little bit different from the standard benefit district we're creating here. The road has been in use for a couple of years now, so this particular, they already have ditches and drainage. It's just a matter of now paving that road. And about, I think, 4 of the lots have been sold during that time. I have Garth Brooks. I knew one of these times I was going to do that. I have Garth Herman here with Gilmore and Bell, our bond counsel, to talk about the legal matters of this petition.
Well, you've got friends in low places there, Lynn.
Blame it all on your roots.
Good morning, Commissioners. Garth Herman with Gilmore & Bell, the county's bond counsel. Lynn did a great job right up until the end of describing the project. But as he mentioned, the specific item before you is a resolution, which is at the request of the petition signed by those property owners. Adoption of the resolution would create this benefit district, authorize the county to make the street and associated drainage improvements at the estimated cost of $1.5 million. At the completion of that project, as with other special assessment projects that the county has done, the county would then go through the special assessment process to levy the cost, the final cost of this project, back against those 42 lots, with the ultimate cost not being prepaid from the assessments, being included in a future county bond issue. So with that being said, I will pause for any questions.
Okay, Garth, thank you. And Lynn, thank you. Commissioners, any questions? We've been briefed on this. Looks like the cost of the project are estimated about $1.5 million. 100% of the cost of the improvements are assessed against the property equally per lot. So standard business.
Yep.
Okay. Questions or concerns? Seeing none, I will move to adopt the resolution authorizing the creation of the improvement district.
Second.
Okay, a motion and a second. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner BLUBAUGH.
Aye.
Commissioner Wise.
Aye.
Commissioner Howell.
Aye.
Commissioner Meitzner.
Aye.
Chairman Beatty.
Aye. Lynn, Garth, thank you. Commissioner Meissner.
And can the minutes reflect that Garth Brooks was not in the audience today?
Very good. Madam Clerk, next item, please.
Item L, review of the service plan for the City of Goddard Unilateral Annexation Resolution 25-01.
Okay, hello, Samantha.
Good morning. Samantha Siang, Assistant County Counselor. I'm here to present Goddard's service plan for a unilateral annexation that it has indicated that it wants to do. As you know, unilateral annexations are done by a governing body or the city without the consent or formal consent of the property owners. As you can see from the picture above, the area in yellows are the lots that are being proposed to be annexed. We received notice from the City of Goddard sometime in January of 2025 that they'll have a public hearing to do this annexation on March 25th, 2025. Pursuant to statute and county policy, I presented this service plan to all of the governmental departments, and the MAPC also heard this matter on February 27th, 2025. At that hearing, the Metropolitan Area Planning Commission made a determination that this would be that this proposed annexation falls in line with the comprehensive plan, investment plans, and all the properties fall within the Goddard's future land use map as identified in the Goddard's comprehensive plan. In terms of by statute, the service plan has to meet certain criteria and list out all of the services that will be available to the annexed properties. And when we go through the service plan, each and every element has been met. They have provided maps to indicate where the annexations are to occur, and they've also indicated when each major municipal services that they will provide. Specifically, they are going to provide water, sewer, and public works. The plan is for them to sorry. As you can see from this picture, the existing water infrastructures are located up above, and there's plans to install water infrastructures at this location with the pink highlight. Sewer services, as I said, water services will be provided. Public Works for the Goddard will take over maintaining the roads. Zoning and enforcement will be will follow the City of Goddard's planning department. Fire and EMS services, however, will be retained by the county, but the City of Goddard will provide police services. The plan also includes information regarding financing, a special assessment and bonding will be issued for the local street improvements, street signage, water, and sewer. The rest of everything else will be provided pretty much immediately. With that, today I would ask the board to just receive and file. Unless you have questions regarding this matter, you can direct the county councilor to notify the city regarding any comments the board has regarding the plan, directing the county councilor to prepare a resolution stating findings made by the board regarding the plan, or directing a county representative to attend the city's public hearing on the proposed annexation to present testimony regarding the plan. That is all I have for you, and I can stand for any questions.
Very good, Samantha. And I know that the commission's been briefed on this. Any questions or comments for Samantha on this matter? Sounds like your recommendation is just receive and file, correct?
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Watts?
I just wanted to clarify. So the county's role here is just to review the service plan, make sure that it meets the requirements, and then in 3 years we come back to that to ensure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Very good. Other questions or comments? Seeing none, I will move to receive and file the service plan for the City of Goddard unilateral annexation resolution.
Second.
Okay, motion and a second. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner BLUBAUGH.
Aye.
Commissioner Wise.
Aye.
Commissioner Howell.
Aye.
Commissioner Meitzner.
Aye.
Chairman Beatty.
Aye. Okay, Samantha, thanks again. Madam Clerk, next item.
Item M, consideration of grant application in the amount of $9,480,592 from Kansas Department for Aging and Disability Services for Crisis Intervention Center and Crisis Stabilization.
Okay, good morning, Tim.
Good morning, Chairman and Commissioners. Tim Kaufman, County Manager Office, on behalf of ComCare. I have two new grant applications for your consideration. The services and the funding are long-standing, but the approach to funding from the state of Kansas is a little bit different, so we're going to talk through that grant application process. KDADS, the Kansas Department of Aging and Disability Services, has provided ComCare with funding for crisis services at the ComCare Community Crisis Center since 2017. It's been $1.5 million, 2017 through 2024. And Joan Tammany, the director of ComCare, requested an increase, and so for 2025 state fiscal year, the amount has been $2.5 million. And of that $2.5 million, $500,000 is contracted to SAC, Substance Abuse Center of Kansas, to help with the sobering and detox services that happen in that one-stop shop. So the Community Crisis Center has been in place since 2015. It has had a tremendous impact. We've had cost avoidance studies that have demonstrated tremendous saving to lots of different partners in the community. It's a critical component in our community to deliver services and to help people that are experiencing a crisis. And this funding helps offset the expenses related to serving the uninsured and the underinsured. This year, the state has moved to a request for application process, and they're asking crisis departments to draft a grant application and a budget that includes all of their crisis service costs minus costs related to revenue and mobile crisis response. And we've got another grant application related to mobile crisis response. And then other programs that receive separate funding like ICT 1 through 5. So as more CMHCs across the state of Kansas have implemented crisis centers like ours, KDADS has requested that ComCare and others provide a full cost report that shows how much it costs to deliver crisis services across the state. That's one of the goals of this request for application process. And it will help give them an idea of how much crisis services really cost across the state. They certainly won't fully fund those. Our application grant total is $10.9 million, and then we offset that with some revenue and some other funding. So the grant request is for $9.48 million. The state will determine their allocation, and they're in a position now where they're funding more crisis centers, and so that's why they've asked for this information. All CMHCs can apply for this funding, and we will be notified of our award on April 1st in 2025. KDADS has asked for costs about services, and these are I like to think of them as the land-based costs. So they're the costs associated with our community crisis center and the services that are delivered there and over the phone. So the 988 call center is a critical component in terms of services, crisis services in our community. We offer a full array of services 24/7. We've got staff on site at that community crisis center throughout the course of the day and the year to make sure that anyone who's in crisis has a safe place to come and have those needs met. We also do a lot of telephone work and a tremendous amount of services delivered through our crisis program. So we have a very long action to request. So the requested action is to approve the submission of the grant application and authorize the following actions: acceptance of the grant if awarded, authorize the chairman or their designee to sign all necessary documents, including grant award agreement containing substantially the same terms and conditions as the application, authorize the establishment of budget authority until the conclusion of the grant term, and allow for remaining balance at the end of each calendar year to be established for the next fiscal year. I'm happy to stand for any questions.
Okay, Tim, thank you. Appreciate it. This was originally on the consent agenda. We moved it to new business so that you can give a public information about all that's going on. There's a big grant application that's going in, a lot of dollars. Commission, any questions? Would this be fiscal year 26-27 for the state? Is that where the application goes in?
25 through 26.
Through 26.
You raise a good point. There is an option for the state to renew for a second year. So this is a one-year funding request, but they may renew for that whatever amount that we're awarded for a second year.
Well, I think that what's underlying my question is, we have a new ComCare Crisis Center coming with expanded services, and I'm hopeful that we arrived at this number with the consideration of those services that will be enhanced that's coming in that new center.
And we'll also be talking to them about construction costs because there is a tremendous benefit to the state mental health system from the crisis work that we do here.
That's great, Tim. Okay, thanks for that clarity. Commissioners, any questions or comments? Okay, I'm going to make this real easy. I move to approve the staff recommended action. Second. I have a second. Sorry. Motion and a second. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner BLUBAUGH.
Aye.
Commissioner Wise.
Aye.
Commissioner Howell.
Aye.
Commissioner Meissner.
Aye.
Chairman Beatty.
Aye. Okay, Tim, thanks again. Hang tight. Madam Clerk, next item.
Item N, consideration of grant application in the amount of $1,418,598 from Kansas Department of Aging and Disabilities for mobile crisis response.
Okay, once again, Tim Kaufman.
Thanks, Commissioners. I mentioned that the last grant was about what I think of as the office-based crisis services. This funding is specific to mobile crisis services. And so with the advent of CCBHCs, mobile crisis services are a required service for certified community behavioral health centers. And with the advent of 988, the emphasis and importance for mobile-based crisis services has increased significantly. The costs for ComCare to do that service are about $1.4 million projected in this grant application. Currently, we receive just over $400,000 from KDADS for this service. ComCare has 8 mobile crisis teams that are dispatched from our community crisis center. They're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and the average response time is 32 minutes, and that is down significantly from prior years, in part because of the recommended actions from you as a commission to support pay increases. It's allowed us to fill vacancies that we had struggled with in the past. our mobile crisis services, the goal of those is to treat people in place and help them not end up in a higher level of care, whether it's the hospital or the jail or some other setting. We're able to accomplish that very frequently. What we do know is that about 57% of the folks that we serve through our mobile crisis program are uninsured, and many of those have never had any association with ComCare before. So it's also our crisis services are a way to bring people into services that haven't maybe received services that they needed, but they weren't aware that services were available at that time. This funding is for those 8 mobile crisis teams that dispatch out of the Community Crisis Center. This is separate and apart from the co-responder and the collaborative responses. So ICT-1 is what's known as a co-responder model, and the ICT 2 through 5 are collaborative responses. And so those are more law enforcement based, but again, trying to serve that same purpose. This grant application is also due on Friday, and we should receive our information back, our award information on April 1st of this year. Again, a long recommended action to approve the submission of the grant application, authorize the following actions: acceptance of the grant, authorize the chair or their designee to sign all necessary documents, and authorize establishment of budget authority until the conclusion of the grant term, allowing any remaining balance at the end of the calendar year to be established for the next fiscal year. And again, happy to answer any questions.
Okay. Commissioners, any questions on item N? Okay, Tim, I appreciate the detail there. I just want to publicly thank Joan Tammany, Jennifer Wilson, ComCare Crisis, and the mobile crisis teams. There's 8 of them, as you mentioned. Average response time of 32 minutes is pretty remarkable. I think that some of the investments made into ComCare and the technology investments with 988, the text to 988 that's coming, the mobile crisis teams, I think it's transformed our mental health response in this community in big ways. So I want to publicly thank the team and the leadership from ComCare and all those people that are doing this important work. This is more resources coming your way to make sure that you have what you need to do the work for this community. So, okay. Very good. All right, I will make a motion to approve staff recommended action in item N.
Second.
A motion and a second. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner BLUBAUGH.
Aye.
Commissioner Wise.
Aye.
Commissioner Howell.
Aye.
Commissioner Meitzner.
Aye.
Chairman Beatty.
Aye. Tim, thanks again. Appreciate it. Okay, next item, please.
Item O, report of the Board of Bids and Contracts regular meeting on March 6, 2025.
Hello, Joe Thomas.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. Joe Thomas, Purchasing Director. The Board of Bids and Contracts regular meeting on March 6. We have 4 items that we are looking forward to having your approval on. Our first one is the Inmate Communication Services for Adult Detention Facility. This recommendation is to accept the proposal from Inmate Calling Solutions, LLC. They're doing business as IC Solutions, and this is to establish contract pricing for a period of 3 years with 3 one-year options to renew. Excuse me. Item 2 is HHW AV upgrades for household hazardous waste. And this recommendation is to utilize the Interlocal Purchasing System, or TIPS, contract 230901, and that's with Conference Technologies Incorporated. They're doing business as CTI. It's in the amount of $117,321.91. Item number 3, Niche Vision Forensics LLC, Star Mix Software, annual upgrades and maintenance for the Regional Forensic Science Center. This recommendation is to accept the quote from Niche Vision Forensics LLC, and it's in the amount of $97,610 for a contract period of 5 years. And our final item, Office Supply and Workplace Catalog Solutions for various county departments. This recommendation is to utilize the Sourcewell contract 070924 SCC, and that's with Staples Contracting Commercial LLC. It's good through February 2nd, 2029, and it has 3 one-year options to renew. I'll be happy to try to answer any questions you may have and recommend approval.
Okay, Joe, thanks for that clarity. There's 4 items here on this bid board. Any questions or comments? Commissioner Howell.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I guess I'd like to divide the question and to take up items 1, 3, and 4 independently and have maybe a separate vote on item 2. So, Mr. Chairman, I don't have any questions on 1, 3, and 4. I make a motion to adopt the recommendations of Board of Bids and Contracts for items 1, 3, and 4.
Okay, I'll second that motion. Commissioners, we're looking at items 1, 3, and 4. A motion and a second. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner BLUBAUGH.
Aye.
Commissioner Wise.
Aye.
Commissioner Howell.
Aye.
Commissioner Meitzner.
Aye.
Chairman Beatty.
Aye. Okay, now on to item 2. Commissioner Howell.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So I'm just looking at this and saying, I know we have a new building going in, but I'm not sure how much AV equipment the HHW facility needs, and I'm not quite understanding what we're getting here. But this is $47,000, almost $48,000 worth of equipment. And then we have an installation and a warranty for $67,000. Total cost is $117,000. And again, I'm just imagining a large PC-enabled television that can provide video, that type of thing. I'm not quite sure what we're getting for $117,000, so I just want to know more about that.
Thank you for your question. In the entrance into the new expansion is the swap and shop, and there will be 2 TVs in there, one showing future events, whether they're the tire waste or e-waste or remote collection events coming up or other events with the county. The other's providing educational material about the facility, how much material, the growth, how to properly handle hazardous material. So that's going on. The meeting room, we have tours all the time come through, school groups and others. The Solid Waste Association of North America Kansas chapter is already scheduled to have a tour of our facility in October at their conference. And our employees need training, so it would be training, talking to the people who provide the AV equipment. They said a normal TV running all day long when the facility's open will burn out, that it will need replaced in 2 to 3 years. Commercial TVs that you hear of have cooling systems in them that prolong the life for over 10 years. So in the long run, this just saves money.
Okay, I'll just say this. I'm not comfortable voting for this one. I think that we should be more conservative in our approach to this. I mean, TVs are a consumer item that you can find very large TVs for much less than $1,000, and you've described about 3 or 4 TVs in the entire facility. Water-cooled TVs, I don't know that that's necessary. If we have a TV that breaks down, I'd rather spend another $1,000 to replace it than spend much more money to get a more expensive TV that's going to last 10 years. Maybe technology continues to change. I don't know that you want a 10-year-old TV, with water-cooled technology versus just a consumer-grade TV for much less money than this. Anyway, so I'm probably not going to be voting for $117,000 to add the AV stuff to this facility. So.
And also, you realize this includes PowerPoints and other things in the meeting room, but I just wanted to mention that.
And again, and I appreciate that. Having a dedicated computer, having PC-enabled TVs is not a terribly unusual these days. But this is $117,000. I don't think we need to spend that much money for this. That's my opinion. So, Chairman, I'll leave it to the will of the board.
Okay. I appreciate. I do see. I'm assuming there's more than just a couple TVs and internet that goes into this number.
It's the wiring and everything else.
Yeah. I see that the funding has been approved to come through the Solid Waste Fee Cost Center.
Right, it's not part of the general fund.
Correct. I tell you what, and Tom and Joe, would this be something, I do think there's probably more information, that a way we can make sure there's some comfort level of what's happening here. Could we defer this item? Is this okay, that a way maybe we can have some 2-to-1 conversations and make sure that we fully understand? I understand what Commissioner Howe's getting at, and I also understand that there's some needs there that are going to have to be met. That way we can just make sure we're fully understanding what this is. Because I have been over there and I have seen the tours coming through, and there's an education piece, but I want to make sure we fully understand what's going on there. And while you're up there, is the building construction coming well?
Yes, it should be done in April, and we were hoping for Earth Day grand opening, which is April 22nd.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, Commissioner Howe, so I would be in favor of deferring this item for future discussion. That way we can better understand what's going on here. Are you okay with that?
Let's set a date certain, so I don't know if we want to pick a meeting date in the future, but I'd say a couple of weeks from now would be appropriate. We have a meeting on the 26th? No, excuse me, 25th?
325. Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion we would defer this till March 25th.
Okay, I'll second that motion. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
BLUBAUGH.
Aye.
Commissioner Wise.
Aye.
Commissioner Howell.
Aye.
Commissioner Meitzner.
I have just a quick question, though. Is there anything just delay the construction or time frame or anything like that? Are we all right?
The time frame? I would like everything up by April 22nd. So deferring, of course, means probably not.
Is that a problem?
No, it's just I want the Earth Day for the media coming out, showing what the county's doing pro-environment.
Justin?
Chairman and Commissioner, and to the motion, the meeting would actually be the 26th, just for clarity. That's 2 weeks from now. That's all. I'm assuming that's part of the motion. Is that correct? I can't remember who made the motion. Is the chairman or Commissioner Howell? But
I should have said the 26th. My math was correct, but I said 26th and I changed it to 25th. Anyway, my intent would be to modify my motion now to be the 26th of March.
Okay. The motion, it's modified motion. I second that motion. Commissioner Meitzner, I want to give you an opportunity to finish up.
Okay, well, that was the extent of my questions. I just was wondering if that's going to be a problem for you that you can overcome. I assume you can?
Yeah, there just may be some blanks in the building.
Okay, all right. Okay. So there's an amended motion. The previous ayes, I assume, are okay. I'll vote aye.
it may be cleanest just to do another roll call at this point, Chairman.
Okay, we'll do that. Okay. So, Commissioner Howell, could you Clerk, could you restate the motion?
Restate the motion.
Yeah, the motion. Just go ahead and just read the motion that he had. That way we got, and you may not have written it. Commissioner Howell, why don't you go ahead and just restate?
Mr. Chairman, just to start fresh, I make a motion we defer this item till March 26th.
Okay, I'll second that motion. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner BLUBAUGH.
Aye.
Commissioner Wise.
Aye.
Commissioner Howell.
Aye.
Commissioner Meitzner.
Aye.
Chairman Beatty.
Aye. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, next item.
Consent agenda.
And Chairman, I apologize for interrupting. Did you all vote on the other bid board items? Okay, I apologize for missing that.
We did. Yeah, so items 1, 3, and 4 were voted 5-0, and then item 2 was the deferred. Yep, you're good. Good clarity.
Yeah.
Okay, Madam Clerk.
No.
Next item, you called consent agenda.
We good?
Manager Stoltz.
Good morning, Chairman and Commissioner Tom Stoltz. County Manager's Office recommend approval of consent items P through double letter AC this morning.
Okay, Commissioners, looking at consent agenda, we've all been briefed. Any questions or comments? Okay, seeing none, I make a motion to approve consent agenda items P through AC.
Second.
Okay, motion and a second. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner BLUBAUGH.
Aye.
Commissioner Wise.
Aye.
Commissioner Howell.
Aye.
Commissioner Meitzner.
Aye.
Chairman Beatty.
Aye. Okay, next item, please.
Legislative issues.
Ms. Tanya Cole, welcome.
Morning, Chairman and Commissioners. Tanya Cole, Assistant County Manager. So for the legislative updates this week, we have a few items to talk about, but first I'll go over the calendar. March 18th is the last day for non-exempt committees to meet and consider bills. March 21st is the last day for non-exempt bills in either house. March 24th is conference committees will begin, and then first adjournment is March 28th, and then April 10th is the start of veto session. So last Friday we talked in great depth about House Bill 2396, and we sent some amendments to Jason on that bill, and it covered three things. It covered a change to the bond language. We had a change from the, I think, county clerk official to the election official, and then we wanted some language in there to be consistent with the sales tax language that we sent up. that we have a number on. That's House Bill 2377. So we got that up to Jason on Friday afternoon, and then I think it was, I can't quite remember what the name of it was, but it was an emergent process where the House actually voted on that bill and passed that bill. So in talking with Jason, he said, hold on to those amendments because we'll still have an opportunity to weigh in on that, and that time has come. Wednesday of next week, the Senate will be hearing, will have a hearing on House Bill 2396, and they're also going to have a hearing on HCR 5011, which is the 6-year rolling average. And so what we'll need to do is put together some written testimony on that, and then we'll also need someone either in person or, of course, via Zoom to provide that oral testimony and really explain what those amendments mean. So just kind of looking for you to provide who we want to be there in person or, of course, via Zoom on that oral testimony. Couple other things. Banker's bill, we talked about that, I think, on Friday. We do have the written testimony for that, so we're just kind of waiting to hear when the Senate will have the hearing on that, but we are ready to go on that. Heard from Jason that the elections bill, our bill is basically now House Bill 2222, and so we'll wait till the Senate has a hearing on that, and I'm sure that our election commissioner will be speaking in person on that. Our cremains bill, that's the remains of unclaimed individuals to be appropriately and respectfully in their final resting place. That did pass the House. And so that is all I have for today on updates. So happy to answer any questions. And then, of course, I don't know if Commissioner Howell has anything he wants to speak on. So.
Okay, Commissioner Howell.
No, that was a great summary. I would just say that our juvenile offender bill is going to be on general orders today, so I'll be watching that one very closely. And I think there's too many moving pieces in tax right now. The Senate has not scheduled hearings that I'm aware of for the tax bills from the House yet. So right now I think we're kind of in an impasse waiting to see what's going to happen on tax. But other than that, I think that my focus is on the juvenile offender bill. Thank you.
Okay. Other questions for Tanya? Are you needing some clarity today on how we want to remind me of the House bill?
Sure, it's House Bill 2396, and that's the property tax lid bill that we talked about in great detail on Friday and sent those amendments up to Jason. Those 3 amendments that I mentioned. We'll need written testimony, of course, by Tuesday, and then Jason did suggest that we have somebody in person or via Zoom to speak on those amendments that we provided.
And again, Tuesday is the committee hearing?
No, Wednesday is the committee hearing. I'm sorry if I'm not being clear. Wednesday is the committee hearing. Tuesday we'll have to have that written testimony into that committee. Okay. And that will be Chair Tyson who will be having that hearing.
Okay. I apologize. I spoke earlier about the tax bill. I forgot about 2396 when I said that. But if no one else wants to testify, if I'm available, and I think I'm available, I would love to be the one to testify on that bill. That's allowed.
I will not be available that day. Commissioners, any thoughts or comments?
You can testify. It's fine. That's right. If you're going to be up there.
Okay. And you want to get a letter also to accompany the testimony?
Please, yes.
Okay.
Yep. And we can work on that.
Let's do that.
Get that ready and get that presented to you.
Okay. And you'll present to that, and then I do obviously think we need to have a stated interest in what's happening up there, and that way at least the community understands that we're advocating for what we feel is best for our community. And property tax is a big discussion, and I think that we should weigh in on it. So, okay. All right. It's good, Tanya. Thank you.
Sounds good. Thank you, Commissioners.
Okay, Madam Clerk, next item.
Committee reports.
Okay, any committee reports that the Commission would like to share?
I'll just share that we had a WAMPO MPO meeting yesterday, and there is I think the county might have on our website, there's an open ability for citizens to weigh in on the future required plan. That's a 2050 plan, it's a requirement of the federal government, the way MPOs work around the country, that you every 5 years you have a plan. So it's very extensive. It's got a lot of projects that are potentially over the next 20 years. And so anyway, it's for some it might make for interesting reading, but it is visible and they're taking input on that up to a certain date. So maybe we'll make sure that our comms department puts a link on there where you can respond as well. But that was the main gist of the WAMPO, Wichita Area Metropolitan Planning Organization meeting yesterday, and it was Commissioner Stephanie's first time there, so she was very involved, and so thank you for being there, and first time at your WAMPO meeting. So,
very good. Okay. Other committee reports. Okay, seeing none, Madam Clerk, next item.
Other.
Anything under other? Okay. Thanks. Next item.
Executive session.
We have no executive session, so here it is, 10:10, and we are done with all county business that's on the agenda. Anything else need to come before the county commission before we adjourn? Okay, seeing none. Have a good day, everybody. We're officially adjourned.